What up, Cowboys Nation and YouTubers? It's that VA Dallas Cowboy fan coming back at you. Day after hump day. One day closer to the real test of the Kansas City Chiefs. If you look on our injury report from yesterday, the only person who is limited is Tyron Smith, which we kind of figured they're going to limit him for a while, probably the rest of the season. Give him some veteran days off and such. And everybody else who had little nicks and dings and bang-ups all participated fully. So that's good news to hear. DeMarcus Lawrence was not activated off of IR yet. Like I said before, it's probably going to be December when to activate him, because with these games being so close, there's no way to get him in and back to football shape and have him full go for a game. It's just no point. Randy Gregory, this is going into his second week of him being on IR, so he'll probably be back for the Saints game in December. So we could see Lawrence and Gregory return at the same time, or at least Gregory like a week or two before Lawrence. But to have both of those guys down the stretch, when we place pretty much the NFC East only in December, I do believe it's like Washington, Giants, Washington, Arizona, and Philly for the month of December and January. And it's like, wow, you know. By then, hopefully the division should be locked up. We should already have a playoff seeding. The games will be, a little less meaningful starting around the end of that season if Philly and Washington don't start picking it up. The games against them won't be as much fun, but we'll see. It's always fun to face your rivals in the division. I know some Cowboy fans love hyping up the game weeks, so we'll have to see if it'll be worth it, because we might start sitting players in the end, especially the more banged up ones like Tyron. So we'll see. Dak Prescott won the Offensive Air Player of the Week, the FedEx Air Player of the Week. Enough Cowboy fans are going to vote, so he's definitely going to be winning some awards. The MVP race, that is taking funny turns. Everybody's got their take on it. I'm looking at some of these so-called experts, and they're saying, Tom Brady is still at the top. I'm like, how? But that's okay. There's arguments to be made for Dak, Tom Brady. I think Cooper Kupp is like the only wide receiver close. Rodgers, Mahomes, Jackson, they're all going to name guys that are names, The only anomaly is that Dak is up there knowing they don't really want to vote him MVP. We know this. They much rather have him probably be comeback player of the year than MVP. They want to give that to certain other names. But we'll have to see how the season shakes out. Because I know, like basketball, come playoff time, it doesn't really matter. So they'll always give an MVP to somebody who probably didn't win it all. So we'll see how that ends up. I did my Pro Bowl voting, and of course, every Cowboy on the list I voted for. We'll have to see if the rest of the fans and NFL people agree. But I think I did well with my Pro Bowl voting. Why not? I mean, a lot of them deserve it. That's why they're on there. Y'all give me a second. Sorry about that interruption. The wife was calling. But yeah, I'd like to see our injury report free of injuries. There's nobody really crucial for Kansas City side that's going to be missing in action. I know a bunch of their guys are hurt in some way, like Kelsey and Hill. But, if it's on the line like this, they're going to play. If they're not even playing all the offensive snaps, they're definitely going to get in and make some noise. So it's going to be on this defense up front to put the pressure on Mahomes, because as we've seen in the past, he's not that great under pressure, what his offensive line lets him down, he's scrambling for his life. We've seen it in the Super Bowl. We've seen it quite a few games this year, that once they collapse, he just can't do it like he wants to do it. If you shut down Kelsey or Hill, he's even worse. So we'll have to see if our front four can get home. We'll have to see if Trayvon and Brown can stay on their men. It's going to be on Micah Parsons to probably hang with Kelsey. If not, they got Keanu Neal and Jaron Curse who can step up and cover him if somebody else is covering the running backs. Excuse me. So we'll just have to see what Dan Quinn sees and how he's going to run this team. I know there's quite a few teams that have beat them, all run the double high safety. Who was it? The Raiders. The Raiders were the only team not to run double high safety. They ran single high safety, and that blew up in their faces on Monday night. So don't do what they did, basically. Because it seems like there is a model out there, like how they say there's a model to beat the Cowboys all the time. There is a model to beat Kansas City because it's proven to win quite a few times this year. Unlike against the Cowboys, when you're like, oh, well, there's the model to beat the Cowboys, and then next week we just come out, switch it up, and beat their ass, and then they're like, oh, well, I guess the Cowboys figured it out. Like, no duh. That's what good teams are supposed to do, right? The recognition that y'all don't give us. But we'll see. That's all I wanted to talk about today. If any other things come out later on during the day, we'll talk about it while I'm going to work. Until then, I hope y'all have a good day. Stay safe, take care out there. And 1 week, well, less than a week till my birthday and Thanksgiving. All right. See y'all next time via Dallas Cowboy fan.